Welcome back to Nurture Body and Soul. This is day 6 of our Coming Home series. And today is going to be a little tough. Today, we're going to talk about something many of us face every single day: the mirror. And I want to give you some background in how my relationship with the mirror and how it wasn't really healthy. So, when you look in the mirror and you're standing there, instead of seeing me, does my hair look okay? Does this dress look okay? Whatever. You're looking at yourself to make sure you look presentable. You don't have your shirt's tucked in, whatever. That's not what I saw. So instead of seeing me, I'd pick apart every little thing I thought was wrong. The how the outfit pronounced my belly, how it fit, how it felt. Like it was never good, right? It wasn't good. It wasn't good enough. So then I got to the point where I didn't want to look in the mirror. I didn't like looking in the mirror. So I would ask other people, do I look okay? And that was hard. So the outfit never looked good, and I'd leave the mirror feeling smaller than when I walked up to it. And maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because for so many of us, the mirror becomes a place where we meet our harshest critic, where old stories, hurtful words from the past, and impossible standards come rushing in. And yet the mirror itself isn't the enemy. The mirror has nothing to do with that. So what if we could shift that mirror relationship? What if we could shift, instead of seeing it as a place for judgment, the mirror became a space for truth. Wait, hear me out. It's a space for kindness, a place where you could meet yourself exactly where you are and still see somebody worthy, beautiful, and whole. When I say that the mirror can be our truth, what we play in our head and what we say about ourselves, how we see ourselves, isn't always the truth. That's just a perspective that we have of ourselves. Truth, the reality, is neutral. It's not good or bad. It's just there. The reality of how we see ourselves is not really a reality. So, sorry. How we perceive ourselves. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty. I'm this, I'm that. Is not. If you would look in the mirror and your best friend was standing in front of you instead of the mirror, right? So your bestest friend, whoever that may be, would you tell that person the same thing that you're telling yourself? Because you are your bestest friend. Your body, your being is always with you, no matter what. Wherever you go, there you are. So when you look in the mirror, think of your best friend and what you would say to her or him. And understand that if you wouldn't say those things to other people, then why are you saying them to yourself? So here's what I want to invite you to do. Stand in front of your mirror. Look yourself in the eyes and really see you. Take a slow, deep breath. Say one simple truth to yourself. It could be like, you are strong. You are home. I love you and I'm proud of you. Or even just, I see you. You can place your hand over your heart while you're doing it. Or a gentle smile to yourself. Here's another thing you can do. Mel Robbins has a book called The High Five Habit. It's a really good book. But in this book, she encourages us, the reader, to give yourself a high five. So when you're looking in the mirror and you're talking to yourself and saying these things, give yourself a high five. Because you're worth it. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. The first time that I did this, and the first time that you do this, it's going to feel awkward. I know the first time I did the high five habit, I felt kind of silly. I'm giving myself a high five. That just seems silly. But it works. It is the best pep talk. And when I go into a room full of people where I have to give a presentation, I'm not comfortable standing in front of large audiences and speaking. That is a little outside my comfort zone, but I do it. But before I go in there, I have to give myself a pep talk, which means standing in front of a mirror and saying those things to myself and giving myself a high five to settle my nerves, reframe, and be able to go out and do this presentation. The fear's still there, right? But I do it and I feel better and I'm more confident when I step out on that stage. So it's going to feel awkward at first, but trust me, even if it's awkward, even if it's uncomfortable, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And here's why this matters. When we spend so much time looking at ourselves without really seeing ourselves, we spend so much time doing that. And this practice isn't about loving every single detail of what you see. It's about recognizing your own humanity, your own worth, your enoughness right there in that moment. The mirror stops being a tool for tearing yourself apart and starts becoming a place where you put yourself back together. So your action step for today is to try this mirror work for just 1 minute. Look yourself in the eye and say something kind. And do it again tomorrow. And then the day after that. And the next day. And the next day. Do it for an entire week. And then see how you feel. See what comes to mind. And I want you to journal about that. So journal your first day. What did you feel? How did you feel doing this mirror practice for 1 minute? And do that every day. And at the end of the week, go back through that journal of how you felt after doing that and see what it has done. Like, where were you at day one and where are you now? And just see how that has reframed your thought process. You're not looking in the mirror to tear yourself apart. You're looking in the mirror to tell your best friend how beautiful, how strong, how confident, how amazing she truly is. Okay. This is not about perfection. It's about being present with you, yourself. You don't need to change your reflection. Like you don't need to change anything with your reflection. You need to change your relationship with your reflection. That is the key. So thank you for being with me today. Tomorrow is our final day in this series. I can't believe that we're already there. And we're going to talk about the wholeness over hustle. And so the wholeness over hustle and what it really means to come home to yourself. You're doing beautiful, sacred work here. And I am so, so proud of you. See you tomorrow.